From the Sengoku period to the early Edo period, there was a feudal lord who reigned over the Tohoku region. That was Date Masamune. Nicknamed One-Eyed Dragon, he survived a turbulent era with his strong personality and skillful political skills. Masamune was born on September 5, 1567 Iroku 10 as the eldest son of Date Terumune, head of the Date clan, the guardian daimyo of Mutsu province. His childhood name was Bontenmaru. His mother was Yoshihime, daughter of Magami Yoshimori. The Date clan was known as a powerful daimyo in the Oshu region at the time, but there were powerful opposing forces surrounding them, such as the Ashina clan and the Soma clan. Masamune's childhood was spent in the midst of war. He came of age at the age of 5 and took the name Masamune, receiving the first part of his name from Terumune. However, an event that would change Masamune's life forever awaited him. At the age of 14, Masamune contracted smallpox. Although he survived, he lost his right eye. This later gave him the nickname, One-Eyed Dragon. At the time, physical defects could have led to doubts about one's ability to succeed the family. However, Masamune overcame this adversity and instead used it to his advantage. In 1581 Tensho 9, Masamune took over as head of the family at the age of just 17, and he immediately demonstrated his skills. He reversed the cautious approach of his father, Terumune, and implemented an aggressive policy of territorial expansion. He defeated Kurikawa Haryuji, a neighboring country, and annexed his territory. However, Masamune's ambitious actions drew opposition from his mother, Yoshihime. Yoshihime plotted to support Masamune's younger brother, Kojiro. Realizing this, Masamune made the drastic decision in 1585 Tensho 13 to execute his mother and brother with his own hands. This incident, known as the Odawara incident, is known as an episode that symbolizes Masamune's cold-hearted side. After that, Masamune steadily expanded his power. In 1589 Tensho 17, he destroyed his arch-enemy, the Ashina clan, and took control of Aizu. This made the Date clan the leading feudal lord in Oshu in both name and reality. However, Masamune's ambitious territorial expansion made Toyotomi Hideyoshi wary. In 1590 Tensho 18, on his way back from the Odawara campaign, Hideyoshi ordered Masamune to confiscate Aizu. Masamune had no choice but to comply and moved his base to Iwadayama. During this time, Masamune was forced to choose between opposing Hideyoshi or submitting to him. After carefully assessing the situation, Masamune chose to submit to Hideyoshi. In 1591 Tensho 19, Masamune went to Kyoto and met with Hideyoshi. There, Masamune attracted attention with his flashy attire and fearless attitude. Having submitted to Hideyoshi, Masamune later served in the Korean expedition and the Odawara campaign. Also, in 1591, construction of a new castle town began in present-day Sendai. This would later become Sendai Castle Aoba Castle. In 1598 Kicho 3, Hideyoshi died. Sensing the arrival of a new era, Masamune acted quickly. He approached Tokugawa Ieyasu and participated in the Battle of Sekigahara. As part of the Eastern Army, he contributed to Ieyasu's victory. After Ieyasu unified Japan, Masamune was recognized as the feudal lord of Sendai with 620,000 koku of rice, and became an important pillar of the Tokugawa shogunate in the Tohoku region. During this period, Masamune actively promoted urban development and cultural promotion. He fully implemented the development of the castle town of Sendai, laying the foundations for the current city of Sendai. Masamune also had his sights set on overseas. In 1613, he dispatched the Kicho embassy to Spain and Rome, with his vassal Hasakura Tsunenaga as ambassador. This was aimed at establishing trade and diplomatic relations with Europe at the time. However, this grand plan never came to fruition due to the shogunate's policy of national isolation. Masamune's contributions to culture are also noteworthy. He loved waka poetry and no theater, and was known as a skilled tea master. He was also known for his date style of dress, and his refined aesthetic sense is the origin of the modern word, date man. In his later years, Masamune established a stable position within the feudal domain system, but he always remained vigilant. Until his death at the age of 70 in 1636, Kanae 13, Masamune continued to focus on governing and developing his domain. What is particularly noteworthy about Masamune's life is his foresight and adaptability. During the turbulent transition from the Warring States period to the Edo period, Masamune was always one step ahead of the times and responded flexibly. While coldly eliminating his opponents, he adopted a gentle policy toward his subjects, and ruled in a balanced manner. Masamune's cultural side is also noteworthy. Combining strategic thinking and artistic sensibility, Masamune was not just a military commander, but also a man of culture. The Sendai domain, which he mentored, achieved such cultural prosperity that it was later called the inner capital. Masamune's foreign policy, especially the dispatch of the Kicho embassy to Europe, shows his ambitious and forward-thinking thinking. Masamune's proactive approach to building relationships with other countries, with an eye on the global situation at the time, is instructive for us who live in today's global society. However, there are also some parts of Masamune's life that are open to debate. His ruthless decisions to maintain his power, such as the execution of his mother and brother, show his cold-hearted side. His political decisions, such as his change of position at the Battle of Sekigahara, are still debated among historians today. Date Masamune's life overlaps with a major turning point in Japanese history, from the Sengoku period to the early Edo period. His life can be said to embody the transition from military conquest to governance through culture and diplomacy. Masamune's legacy is still vividly felt in the Tohoku region, especially in Sendai. The ruins of Sendai Castle, Zuioden Masamune's grave, and the layout of the castle town he developed can still be seen in the center of Sendai.